Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. As a representative of China's science and technology, Huawei has always demonstrated the power of independent innovation in the country and the highest level of scientific and technological strength. However, due to a series of reasons, Huawei has become a key target of the United States. The Biden team has roped in a large number of chip companies to suppress Huawei in an attempt to block Huawei's international market. However, Huawei has gradually moved towards localization based on its independent research and development capabilities, and made a major breakthrough in Korean chips. Although the Biden team has imposed multiple sanctions on Huawei in an attempt to suppress its development, Huawei's breakthroughs still make them feel helpless. The resurgence of Huawei, the Chinese technology giant, in recent years has sparked concern in the US government. As the world's leading telecommunications equipment supplier and the second-largest smartphone manufacturer, Huawei has gradually expanded its market share globally. However, with the rise of Huawei, the United States technology blockade policy began to have a negative impact on it. Still, Huawei's success not only worries the US government, but also damages its reputation. What is the impact of the United States technological blockade on itself? The US technology blockade against Huawei has failed to achieve the expected results. On the contrary, this move caused the US chip industry to lose a huge market. Since Huawei is one of the world's largest suppliers of communication network equipment, its products are in huge demand. The US technology blockade has forced Huawei to seek other alternatives, greatly benefiting the chip manufacturing industry in China and other countries. The short-termism of the United States in its technology blockade policy will eventually have a negative impact on itself. Huawei's response to the US technology blockade. Faced with the technological blockade from the United States, Huawei has increased investment in research and development through independent innovation, continuously improved its technological strength, and further consolidated its competitive position in the global market. The rise of Huawei has shown the world that without American technology, it does not mean that it cannot survive. Huawei's success is not only a challenge to the United States' technological hegemony, but also a redefinition of the global technology landscape. What opportunities does Huawei bring? The rise of Huawei has given China an opportunity to overtake in the chip manufacturing industry. As an important player in the global mobile communications field, Huawei's technological innovation in the 5G field has brought huge opportunities. China's development in the field of chip manufacturing has attracted global attention, and Huawei plays an important role in this process. The rise of Huawei not only promotes China's technological innovation, but also brings new opportunities for global technological development. What is the threat Huawei poses to the United States? Huawei's leading position in communications technology poses a threat to the United States. Huawei's technological strength and global market share make it difficult for the US government to ignore. Faced with the rise of Huawei, the US government has adopted a series of technological blockade measures in an attempt to curb its development. However, this blockade can only temporarily hinder Huawei's development, but it cannot change Huawei's competitive position. The rise of Huawei has made the world realize that the United States' technological hegemony is not unshakable. America's selfish political motives. The motivation of American politicians to sanction Huawei is that Huawei threatens their interests. As a Chinese company, Huawei's global success has made American politicians fearful. American politicians are afraid that their interests will be impacted by Huawei and use their power to block and sanction Huawei. However, such selfish political motives will only further weaken America's global competitiveness. Huawei's achievements and the consequences of the U.S. blockade. Huawei's achievements have made the United States no longer superior, which is unacceptable to the United States. The rise of Huawei in the global market has made the United States realize that its technological advantages are no longer unassailable. Huawei has achieved great success with its high-end product quality and technical strength, breaking the soft country of the United States. Huawei's achievements have not only had an impact on the United States, but also changed the technological landscape on a global scale. America's blockade will face isolation. The U.S. blockade will isolate it from the world. In the context of globalization, technological innovation requires global cooperation and sharing. The U.S. government's approach of blocking Huawei at all costs will alienate it from the global technology community and gradually be replaced by other countries. The United States blockade policy will make it close to the country, lose the opportunity to cooperate with other countries in the world, and ultimately face international isolation. In the technology blockade war between Huawei and the United States, Huawei's success and the United States blockade policy confront each other, which has attracted global attention. The rise of Huawei has made the world realize that it can survive without American technology. At the same time, the U.S. government's motivation for blocking Huawei is for personal interests and does not consider the overall interests. Huawei's achievements not only pose a threat to the United States, but also give China an opportunity to overtake in the global technology industry chain. The U.S. government's blockade policy will cause it to be isolated from the world and lose the opportunity to cooperate with other countries. All in all, the technology blockade war between Huawei and the United States not only redefines the global technology landscape, but also tests the spirit of global cooperation and openness.